What's going on, guys? EirronJ, and welcome to a brand new series on the channel. It is, of course, our extreme MyGM mode. If you watch the other MyGM mode that I've got on this channel for WWE 2K24, then you'll know that this series was sort of coming because I sort of messed up the rules on the original one. We are going to continue playing that one as more of like a casual one, a casual mode, that kind of thing. This is going to be the extreme one, the really hard one, where hopefully we do come out on top, but we're going to put some little stipulations on the series that we will hopefully make it a lot harder for us to reach the top, and it'll make it a bit of a more interesting series, to say the least. But like I said, I am going to continue the other one because we're slowly clawing our way back in that one without giving too much away if you haven't watched it yet. So that'll be coming out still on a Thursday and a Sunday. And I think this series is probably going to come out on maybe a Tuesday from next week and maybe a Saturday or something like that. We'll see. We might do a double upload on Sunday of like 2 of the GM modes. We'll see. We'll just see how it works out. But for now, I'll quickly explain the rules. I'm already like a minute and odd in, and I've not actually explained anything yet. But the rules are pretty basic. Should be pretty easy to follow. And of course, if you come into the series at a later time, I'm going to link this starter video at the start of every single episode, so people can easily find the rules and everyone can follow along nice and easy. So it is going to be an extreme mode of the MyGM. The difficulty on AI and game difficulty will both be on extreme. I think it means that the AI just plays better as a GM, and I think the game difficulty, if I'm not wrong, it means that injuries are increased. I think we'll have a look exactly what it does in a minute. But yeah, that's basically what we're doing. Extreme for both difficulties, and then to make it a little bit harder, starting budget is always going to be 2.5 million. That's the lowest you can go, I'm pretty sure. And just to make it a little bit harder, we're not allowed to use sabotage cards. So anything that's going to make the other GMs pay more or not be able to use certain superstars, none of those cards are allowed. If we get them, we're not allowed to play them. They just have to sit there forever and do nothing. We can't sign anyone with a ring level of above 10. If we 10 stars into that, we can keep them at the end of the season. So, for example, Dexter Lumis is the picture that you're seeing now, I'm pretty sure. If we sign Dexter Lumis, which I'm sure is a 5 on this game at the start, if we manage to get him to like a level 12 in-ring level by the end of the first season, we can keep him and he can stay in the roster, because I think you get to keep like 3 people if you first, and then it adds 1 for every position you finish below that. So let's say we finish second, we get 4 people to keep. We are allowed to keep those 4 superstars if they have, a ring level of above 10, as long as we're the ones who have put them there. Depending on how the series go, we might change that and say that we can never have anyone over level 10. And obviously, if they get to level 10 during the season, there's nothing we can do about that. We can't release them. It'd be a bit stupid, really, to release them. But we're not going to be able to search for people who are over level 10 and sign them midway through a season. So it should be pretty hard. They're basically the rules, though. I can't think of anything that needs adding at the minute. But as the series goes on, we might add more things and make it a little bit harder. I think this is a pretty good stipulation so far, though. The maximum ring level 10 is going to make it pretty difficult going into like season 2 and 3. When there's a lot of like level 15s, you get to that point where people are getting up to level 15, and coming across people who are like level 5s gets quite rare. So it should be pretty fun to see how we do it, and it should also sort of force us to use some superstars that we probably wouldn't use in the normal GM mode. So it should be a complete contrast to the previous one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've rambled a little bit, but we will jump in and do the draft. We first of all need to figure out who we are going to use as our GM. Sonya Deville has got some good power-ups, which I think we'll leave for now. Stephanie McMahon's got a good one as well. We can't use Xavier Woods because his is obviously a cheat code. We would be stealing a superstar, which is also classed as sabotage. We can't do that. Tyler Breeze is good. 15 stamina, that might come in handy. And I think we probably want to go for... I think I'm going to go for Xavier Woods. Tyler Breeze, sorry. Not Xavier Woods. Instigator's a good one. We might need the Instigator card, but I think I am going to go for Quick Recovery just because it's going to get us back into things. SmackDown could be a good brand to go for because we are going to get the +6. We can't use Raw, of course. We can use NXT, but we were using NXT on the main MyGM mode, so I think we should probably go for something a little bit different. WCW is also another good one. And then Extreme Rules we can't use, but it would have been good because they are extreme. It would have made sense. But I think we also want to be using the females on this one, and I think Extreme Rules you don't really need any females because there's no, there's no belt for the females. I don't think. So we'll go for SmackDown, and then we'll add a few CPUs. We'll go for William Regal. He can have NXT 2.0. We'll go for, who else should we use? Sonya Deville, and she can have Raw. And then the last one, we will make it as... Who do we want to use? Should we go for Stephanie McMahon? And we'll give her... Give her WCW? Go for it. Let's do that. That's the brands and also the GMs. So, of course, AI difficulty is going to be extreme. So they make more intelligent choices. And then in terms of extreme, we have 2 mid-card matches, 3 during a PLE, which we had anyway, I'm pretty sure. Yep. High budget restrictions in later seasons, high morale thresholds for keepers and superstars quitting, which is going to make it really hard. So we need to keep everyone happy, which is going to be tough. Moderate increase to superstar injury chances and increased stamina and cash cost of matches. So it does make it pretty hard. We are going to go for the lowest budget, which as you can see is 2.5 million, which I stated earlier, but there we go. Player order, snake order, we might as well do that. Shake-ups, we'll leave them on because it makes it a little bit harder. Draft pool is default. Auto draft, we'll leave that off because we don't want to get anyone who's too high. And then match unlocks, we'll put that on default, which is where we have to unlock things like the arena and stuff to get the extra matches. We've done that on the original GM mode anyway, the other one, so it doesn't really matter too much. So here we go then. We are ready to go. So we should probably go for somebody who's pretty good popularity-wise, but isn't a level 15. So Karrion Kross, we could get Karrion Kross. You know what? He's level 10. Won't order anyone over level 10, so that's fine. We can pick him up. And then we're gonna have to really. I mean, to be fair, all the other brands now should be taking like the top people at the minute. Like, there's gonna be a lot of 15s going. A few 10s might get picked up, but ultimately that should leave a nice little pool for us to pick from. So we do have Karrion Kross. I probably do now want to get a fighter for him to go against. I am sorting by bruiser. There is no wonder I cannot find any fighters, is there? I am a bit of a moron. So, fighters then. We could get Damian Priest and turn him face. That's definitely an option. Logan Paul's a 15, so we can't get him. Dexter Loomis. I mean, he's on the cover, isn't he? He's even got the same picture that I've just used for the rules picture, which is probably going to be on the thumbnail. So, we will use... Why is he so much? I don't understand why he costs so much. He's 254. Dexter Loomis is 167. Weird. But doesn't matter. We are fine with how we are going. So let's look at a few more men. We can get Johnny Gargano, who is a specialist. You know what? We'll pick up a specialist as well. We'll pick up a specialist just because we're probably going to need him. And yeah, it's going to be one of those series, I think, where it should be pretty hard, and we're probably going to get absolutely destroyed a few weeks. But it should be fun. It's a little bit different, putting some sort of pretty hard restrictions on the series that makes it just a little bit more difficult for us, challenges a little bit more as well. Right, we probably want another specialist, and let's get ourselves Drew Gulak, or Drew Gulak, should I say, not Gulag. He's level 10, we can get that, that's absolutely fine. And then, so they're going to probably be our tag team division. So we probably want to get ourselves a giant and a... Look at the money. The money's gone already. We've only got 1.5 mil. So we're probably going to have to go for some cheaper people here. Let's go look at the cost. Right, so we can get Andre Chase, another specialist we could pick up, but we probably want to be getting... Let's get Trick Williams for now. He's got very low stamina. That's the only thing that's sort of bugging me there. I might have to invest the extra money just to get Carl Anderson because he's got a bit more... Yeah, I'm going to have to get Carl Anderson. He's got a little bit more stamina and we're going to need that early on as well. We're going to have to start these fights, get things going. I'm going to have to start looking into the females as well. I'm sort of stacking out the male side of things, and I've not really looked at any of the female side, to be honest. And I think, especially with it being extreme, we're going to need to get all different match types and, you know, tag team matches in there and whatnot. So we can also grab ourselves Wolfgang, because he fits perfect. He can get into a little beef with Carl Anderson. I think we might... The thing is, I do probably want to sign a Cruiser and a Giant, but at the same time, it's going to be expensive. So I might have to go for a couple of extra specialists just for now. One of them is going to be Andre Chase, and then we'll get a bad one. Maybe Damon Kemp. He looks like a pretty good signing for us. I'm trying to balance the budget a little bit. We don't want to spend too much money on all the big superstars and not really be able to afford anyone. But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. Like I said, it should be fun. It should be a pretty hard one for us. We'll struggle, I think, in places. So how many? We need another heel. So Damon Kemp or Giovanni Vinci. Is there a level 10 anywhere that's a specialist? We've got Bobby Roode. It's going to put us down to about 900k. We could get Bobby Roode. The Miz is just... I mean, we can't get the Miz anyway. It's too expensive. Let's go for... Let's have a look. Solo Sikoa's a good shout. It's only 182k as well. But we do need another specialist. And... you know what? We'll get Damon Kemp. We will get Damon Kemp. We're going for quantity at the minute over quality. Because I sort of need enough people that we can, you know, get plenty of fights out of these guys. We are going to get Blair Davenport as well as our female specialist. And then we'll try and pick up a fighter and a bruiser. Maybe even get a cruiser in there. We might be able to stretch and get enough females for the tag division as well. We'll have to see. It might be tight on the old funds. As you can see, everyone's getting sort of down to like 300k. I think we've got close to 1 million left. We have 900k, so we do need Fallon Henley. We can sign her, and then we can sign JC Jane as well. That will do us nicely. Still got 600k.
This woman has the ruthlessness to match her upside. Lots of great talent remaining for WCW.
We can get a few more superstars with this money. We've got plenty of money. That should be WCW done. It is. They've got a pretty stacked roster as well. Raw's done as well. Another pretty decent roster. NXT 2.0 as well. Who have they gone for? They've not finished yet. Right, so we need some more females. We have got a fighter and a bruiser. We need a specialist. Is there going to be another one that we can pick up? Natalia's 15. We can't get her. Too expensive. But we can get Zoe Stark. That's fine. That works for us. And then we need 2 more ideally. I mean, to be honest, we need 4 more, but we're not going to be able to do that, are we? So, unfortunately, we might have to go for... I think we've got to go for another bruiser and fighter, I think. Just because we're going to need to rotate these people out and get them fighting more. So let's go for... let's go for Maxine Dupree. That works. NXT is going to get 1 more person, and they're done as well. Boom, that's fine. And then we've got... who do we need? We need a bruiser. We do. We need a bruiser. We can get ourselves Ivy Nile. We've got 100k left. Can we... We could sign one more person. And just have them sort of... it's tough, isn't it? I think with 180k, we sort of need to hold on to that. We could sign Brooke Jensen for... Ooh, or Trick... Do we just break the bank and get Trick Williams? And sort of just build him up for the next person to fight with, maybe. Do you know what? No, we'll save it as it is. That's fine. That can be the roster. That's absolutely fine. We've got a pretty stacked roster there. We've got some decent people. We've definitely got enough room for plenty of fights. We know all the rules. We don't have to worry about them too much. We're going to quickly select our champions, and then we're going to call it for this first little episode. So our champion is... It's got to be Dexter Lumis, hasn't it? He's the guy on the picture. He's on the thumbnail. He's going to be the main man at the top. And then in terms of our tag team division, I think we go for... who do we use here? Do we go Wolfgang and Damon Kemp? They look like they could be a nice little tag team. And then they can beef with Carl Anderson and Andre Chase, maybe. And then we need our male champion as well, which we will put as... Let's do Johnny Gargano, why not? He can fight against... Or... Do we think about this smart? And do we do Andre Chase? Put him in a beef with Drew Gulak. Him and Drew can have a beef. Then we've got a 10 versus 5. Dexter Lumis is a 5 against Karrion Kross. That's a 10. Johnny Gargano and Carl Anderson against Damon Kemp and Wolfgang. That's 2 10s against 2 5s. That works out perfectly as well. I think maybe I even do this. Get rid of him. Put Drew as our secondary. That gives us a 10. Actually, no. That's stupid. I'm not going to do that. Because it's going to mess up. There we go. That's fine. That works. And then we'll give Andre Chase the other one. So we've got all our level 5s as the champions at the minute. So we'll get the ring XP up a little bit. They'll be in plenty of fights. Our female champion, then, let's give it to... Who's got the best stamina? We can have Blair Davenport. Who's she going to fight? Fight her against a bruiser. We'll go JC Jane against Fallon Henley. Then our tag team division can be... Zoe Starks. Nope, it's not. It's going to be... No, it's going to be Zoe Stark and Maxine Dupree. And they're going to fight Blair and Ivy Nile, which works absolutely perfect. We've got ourselves a health spa to start things off. And yeah, that is where we're going to leave it. Hopefully that hasn't been too complicated for people to work out what's going on. Yeah, from future, we're probably going to do the build-up during... we'll do that on a Tuesday. That'll come out on a Tuesday normally. And then we'll do the PLEs maybe on a Saturday or a Sunday, one of the two. We'll see sort of how it fits into the schedule. But of course, this episode's going out on like what, Friday. You might be watching this, possibly even Wednesday if it gets edited in time. But yeah, it's it will normally fall under Tuesday's upload because it'll be career mode, this career mode again, the other WWE MyGM mode, career mode again, and then probably this, and then maybe the other GM mode on the Sunday as well. Or it could be both on the Sunday. We'll see. You'll see when I figure out what's going on. But yeah, this will be coming out on a Tuesday from now on, so don't get too confused about the upload date of this one. And it should be a good series. Hopefully you'll join me for it, and we can actually get pretty far in this. We've got a pretty decent looking roster, to be fair, and we have got 182k. We can go sign some talent if we really need it. Like how much would it cost to get her for the full 25 weeks? 40 grand. We could quite easily pay that for a few of these people. But yeah, that is good. That is where we are going to end it though. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please like, subscribe, all the usual stuff. Have a wonderful day as always. I'll catch you on the next one, and peace.